Welcome back to Biafra Support Biafra Ada Biafra here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, depending on where you're watching me from. Biafrans, lovers of freedom, people of goodwill. I bring you another news and update coming from Biafran Prime Minister's official Twitter handle. As you can see on the screen, it says statement on the ongoing invasion of Biafra territory by terrorists. So before we continue, I would like to welcome all the new and old subscribers. If you're coming across my channel for the first time, please kindly click the red subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and please tune in once you get notification. Don't forget to share, like, leave your comment at the comment section. So Biafrans, lovers of freedom, with all that is going on in the world right now, you all can clearly see that the world intentionally pretend not to know what is going on in that zoo, or they intentionally don't want to acknowledge the plight of Biafrans in that zoo. They all of a sudden they want to well, let me go straight to this very news without wasting much of your time. Says statement on the ongoing invasion of Biafra territory by the terrorists. The world suddenly cares about fighting against terrorism, of which Biafrans have been fighting on daily basis. They have been talking about Israel and Hamas, whereas the terrorist Nigeria government and their terrorist Nigeria army have been slaughtering the indigenous people on daily basis for several years, and the world somehow pretend that it does not happen and our life do not matter. But they keep exploiting the natural resources of Biafra people on daily basis. At the end, Biafra will be the last bus stop. They are all scared to mention Biafra because they know what it stands for. UK Prime Minister, UN General, UN Human Rights Council, you specifically came to Biafraland from the very beginning for a singular purpose, because you know what Biafra people stand for. You are also aware that in the end, victory is assured. The Prime Minister has just informed Biafrans of yet again another invasion by the terrorist Nigeria army, and that the Biafra Liberation Army and Biafra resistance fighters are currently engaging the Nigeria government terrorists. They came to massacre Biafrans as usual in their armor tank, numbering up to 20, and with several losses. The Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, has ordered Ogbunigwe Battalion to do the needful, and further added that no Biafra must be hurt. He concluded by commanding the Biafra Liberation Army Tactical Squad to engage them ruthlessly and in non-stop mode. Biafra Administration, Biafra Republic Government in Eza. All right. So all of a sudden, the world wants to fight terrorism. All of a sudden. They now cares about fighting against terrorism. But they have been the ones enabling them. They have been supporting them, giving their support. All of a sudden, they now want to fight against it. But we have been fighting against terrorists in that zoo for years. They pretend not to know. That is why I said the world knows, but they pretend not to know our plight in that zoo or what we are passing through. How can you explain a government reintegrating terrorists that have slaughtered and massacred, bombed thousands of people, rendering children orphan, wives widowers, making people lose all their means of livelihood? Let me not talk about means of livelihood. Do you know how many lives this Boko Harams they are reintegrating to the army have wasted? Do you know how many lives? You don't know. So how can you explain a government reintegrating terrorists that have wreaked havoc, that have committed a whole lot of crime into the army? Who are they going to protect? That is a question the Zukabas need to answer. Who are those terrorists they are reintegrating into the army going to protect? And why are the normal people in that zoo army still working with terrorists? These people are reintegrated not to protect the people. If those in Nigeria army have sense, they would have resigned. Let the terrorists now be the army of the zoo. But some of them just don't want to give up. Some of them don't want to resign because of the uniform, because of the gun. Not that they are benefiting, not that it's paying them well, not that they are earning much. It's only them that knows what they're still doing there. So how can you explain that? A government that begs terrorists for reconciliation, a government that pays terrorists billions and millions of naira, both in dollar. How do you explain all that? Do you know that the world don't know about this? Not that they don't know about all of this, but they pretend not to know. They pretend not to know. But as you heard, our prime minister is not a peaceful freedom fighter, because if you can't fight for your freedom peacefully with your oppressors, in a dream to hash them. In a dream where that stone heart to hash when the way they have that stone heart, you need to have more than them. They are integrating terrorists into the army, not to protect the masses, but to terrorize a particular place in that zoo, because they ask for nothing but freedom. The world keep turning blind eyes, keep playing deaf ears, keep pretending not to know what is going on. It's inspiring to see Biafra Liberation Army and Biafra resistance fighters standing up for the people and defending their land. The courage and the determination they display in the face of adversity is truly commendable. It's essential. So we are no longer going to beg international communities. We are no longer going to call them for help. We are going to do the needful. We have already started doing the needful. We have Ogbunigwe Battalion that will keep unleashing water on the terrorists coming to Biafraland. We have been fighting the terrorists coming into our land for years. Coming to our land to kill us, trooping into our land, invading our land with helos, armor tank, as if there is a war going on. But there is no war going on, just because we ask for freedom. This fight is a fight to finish. It's our right to defend ourselves from terrorists. We are no longer going to fold our hands and watch them invade our land, kill our people, burn down our houses, destroy our properties, means of livelihood, and go back. They have allowed the north to be taken over or run over by Fulani terrorists, bandits, headsmen, and the Boko Haram, SWAP, and other terror groups in the north. Not in southeast. That can never happen in southeast. That is why we are going to fight to finish. We are not going to give up. We can never surrender our land to terrorists. It's our right to defend our land and protect our people. Victory is ours. The world can be dead about our ordeal, but Elohim Chukwu Kabiam is very much alive, awake and working, and in total control at the end. What God says prevails. Okay? There is nothing they can do about it. Biafra liberation is spiritual. Everything happening this time around will be for the good of our liberation. Biafra liberation will be a miracle. Nobody will give us our freedom. We'll only have to take it. May Chukwu Okike Abiama, gods of our ancestors, protect, guide, strengthen our Biafra forces. We keep telling you that freedom is not being given, it's being taken. If you don't take your freedom, your oppressors can never, ever give you your freedom. Rather, they will keep oppressing you. They will keep killing you, doing everything to subdue you, for you not to speak. That is why you need to fight for your freedom. And that is why you need to take it by force. The Bible stated it that heaven suffered violence. Right from the days of John the Baptist, heaven suffered violence, and only the violence taken it by force. This heaven race we are talking about, if you are not too strong, you will not make it. So don't think by sitting down and folding your hands, you will make it. No. Freedom is not being given, it's being taken. So the earlier you realize this, the better for you. If we are fighting for our freedom and you don't have what it takes to support us, or you don't have the mind to support us, step aside. We have cried, thinking that UN, EU, they are for the good of the people. They are for the people that that wants freedom, or that they are not. We have cried to them, we have begged them, we have given them evidence, we have listed all that we are passing through in that zone, the reason we need to exit. They keep pretending not to know. Now we have decided not to do that anymore. It's very insulting for us to keep crying to those that don't care if we are living or die, or if we live or die, for years. And we can't continue doing that. We continue doing that means that we are not serious, or we are not ready to be free. So we need to show them that we are calling on them for them to do it peacefully, or for them to mandate their partners in crime, Britain and the Fulani Cabals, to do the needful, conduct a referendum for us to exit that contraption. They pretend. Now we are doing it our own way. As they are pampering their terrorists in the north, and they're bringing some of them to Biafraland to invade our land, our gallant men will be unleashing woto on them. They will not be able to go back. If they send 100 today, that 100 will be gone down in Biafraland. Let them send that. That's how they will keep sending their terrorists, and they will all end up in Biafraland. They will all meet their end in Biafraland. So all of them that comes to Biafraland will never go back alive. Chukwu Okike Abiyama, protect all our men on ground. Give them strength, grace, and more blessing. Our freedom, we must take it. Whether by peace or by pieces. But men looking at it right now, it's no longer by peace anymore. Because they don't want it peacefully. They don't want it by force. And we are going to take it. There is nothing they can do about it. You hate us with passion and allow us to live. No. UN, EU, US keep pretending not to know what the corruption and the terrorism going on in that zoo. They keep warning their citizens, oh, don't travel to this state. Oh, don't go to this state of part of Nigeria. When you know that all these things is happening, those that want to exit the Nigeria, you people are warning your citizens not to visit some places in the north. Why not conduct a referendum, let those people exit? Britain keep lobbying for the Fulanese. Lobbying international communities that will allow, or that allows themselves to be bribed not to support Biafra. Whether they support Biafra or not, we must exit. All of a sudden, they want to fight terrorism. But they have been the one enabling it, sponsoring them. Well, that is their business. Biafra can never be stopped. In the face global conspiracy and the hatred against Biafrans, we must continue to keep our heads high. Self-hate or rejection, we must never do. US and EU see Nigeria as the gateway to their economy. Our life doesn't matter to them. We must attach the interest of US and the EU in Biafraland. We must hack it. All they care about is the oil, all the natural resources they are stealing from our land. They don't care if we're living. They will live. They will say, oh, if you people want to kill all of them, kill all of them. As long as we keep receiving all these bribery and all these oil and other natural resources from their land, we don't care. But no, you people will not take any more. Just a matter of time. Self-determination is not a crime. Biafra must get their freedom. Doesn't matter how long it takes, our freedom is surely. As heaven suffered violence, and the most powerful Archangel Michael taketh heaven by force, so therefore Biafrans gonna take Biafra by force. Do not be surprised, because Biafra is the heavenly kingdom on earth. Biafrans must be the most powerful, just as Archangel Michael. So, Biafrans, lovers of freedom, people of goodwill, I'm going to stop here. But before I stop, let me read this statement again for you. The ongoing invasion of Biafra territory by terrorists, the world suddenly cares about fighting against terrorism, of which Biafrans have been fighting on daily basis. They have been talking about Israel and Hamas, whereas the terrorist Nigeria government and their terrorist Nigeria army have been slaughtering the indigenous people on a daily basis for several years, and the world somehow pretend that it doesn't not happen and our lives do not matter. But they keep exploiting the natural resources of Biafra people on daily basis. At the end, Biafra will be the last bus stop. They are all scared to mention Biafra because they know what it stands for. They are scared of Biafra. They haven't started being scared of Biafra. They will be even scared to mention the name. So that is it, dear friends. I'll stop here. Don't forget to share, like, leave your comments at the comment section. May Elohim continue to guide our PM, our gallant men, supreme leader, genuine Biafrans all over the world. And may the spirit of our ancestors always be with them. Spirit of millions of Biafrans that have died fighting for freedom, always be with them. And always crush the evil plans of the enemies. You see? At the end, victory will be ours. Thank you all.